Alright, as I said in part 1, here's what's coming in the mail. We have Gokai Silver, because as I said, he makes a unique noise in the Legend Mobirates. He actually has a sound instead of a question mark at the end of Gokaiger. So, Shuri Kenjer, because he has his own unique sound. Mega Ranger Red, or Mega Red. Or if you're Power Rangers, then it would be Andros. Gosei Knight, because this thing says his name too. Or Robo Knight, but we will never have one of these that actually does that, because Saban doesn't like the Ranger keys. Both of the Raigers, Kabuto and Kawaga Raiger, which will say Go Raiger in here. Gao Red, or Wild Force Red Cole. O-Red, or Tommy, from O-Ranger, Zeo. Ninja Red, or Alien Ranger Red, who wasn't even the leader, but... and I think it's a candy toy or gashapon, because I'm not buying a huge treasure chest that when I have this in the first place. So, Die Ranger Red, which we never got to see. The only thing of Die Ranger we got to see was White Ranger Tommy. As I said before, Geki Violet. Live Man Black Ranger, because, well, for one, this is the only Black Ranger key I own. It's not even a Ranger key, it's a Rider key. I believe he is Live Bison, I don't know. Gosei Yellow, as I said, because of the cheerleading video, just stuck with me. Go-Go 5 Red Ranger, or, what's his name? I'm trying to think of the Wild Force episode where he actually showed his where he actually said his name. Carter Grayson, Lightspeed Rescue, Red Ranger. Dragon Ranger, who's another reason why I'm probably going to get all the Jew Rangers. One, because he has his own sound, and two, because he was a Jew Ranger and one of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the first season of Power Rangers ever. And after that, I have Green Racer, because I always liked Carlos as a Power Ranger. So, it was Adam and Carlos, actually. So, as for things that aren't Ranger Key related, I have finally have the 3 orange core medals to finish off my O's medal collection, which is Cobra Kame Wani for Buraka Wani. Super excited about getting those in the mail. And I won a keychain, $3 with shipping or something. Kamen Rider Double Cyclone Joker. Kabuto is my favorite rider. And yes, Kabuto is my favorite rider my favorite rider series. Drake and Zabi are my 2 favorite riders. But, Double was my first rider. Technically, because of TJ Omega. I'm sure you all know him. His Double driver review led me to look up Kamen Rider Double. So, watching episode 47 or 48, whichever, led me to watch Kamen Rider for the first time. So, after episode 47 or 4, it was a second to last episode, I know that much. He was fighting Utopia, I think. And I only saw the first half of the episode. Because after I saw it, I thought it was awesome. I tried to find an English version, because at the time I was dense and didn't know that Kamen Rider was only Japanese, except for Dragon Knight and Masked Rider. But when I couldn't find any English dubbed version, I kind of gave up on that for a while, and then I went back to TJ's videos and found his Deca Driver review, which led to me ordering my first rider belt, which was the was the Dragon Knight belt. Anyone who wants that and can take it off my hands, you can have it. Well, I'll sell it to you. You can't have it, but then I got my Deca Driver, the Zeronos Driver, the O's Driver, and finally the jewel of my rider belt collection, the Double Driver. But Double was my first rider, then Decade. I started, after I found all of them, I started with Kuga, but kept up with O's for a while until I got to, like, I think either Kabuto or Den-O, at which point I stopped keeping up with O's, but I was still getting the episodes. And then when I kept going with Den-O, then Kiva, Decade, might have even been Kiva before I stopped keeping up with the episodes every week. And then as I was going through Decade and Double, then I went through O's and caught up and kept up with it. So yeah, that's my list of what's on the way. Plus a little bit of rambling to get my time up, because I don't really want to put out a 3-minute video unless it's what's that Gambaride card, which is on hold until I get more cards. No, I'm not out, but I would rather have my collection more or less completed of one card for every rider and rider form. The list of what I need is over there somewhere, as well as the list of keys that I need, which I don't need anymore. And eventually, when I get more cards, I will be starting up what's that Daiso card. As most of you will probably know, but I know there's a few of you who don't, Gambaride is an arcade game for, well, Gambaride cards. Okay, that's what I started with, because when I ordered my first metal set, which was Metal Set 04 Puto Tira, I got a card. Actually, it was before that, when I was ordering those medals, that I got a couple of cards from the eBay seller. I started collecting them at that point, more after I collected all the metal sets that I could, which was 2, 3, and 4, since when I got my Taja Spinner, Pia didn't want to give me, he needed Taja Dole, so he gave me 2 spare medals from his collection, which was a Decade medal with Cyclone Joker Extreme on the back that said Gambaride, which I love, in his, and a Candy Toy Kuwagata medal. So I didn't want to buy Metal Set 1, which had Kuwagata, Lion, and Cheetah. So I bought Lion and Cheetah separately. I got 2, which was Sagozo. 2 and 3, which is Sagozo and Shouta. Those 2 could be switched around. And then 4, which I got first, was Puto Tira. And I got Gambaride cards from each of them. No, actually, I apologize. I'm rambling. But when I first started collecting Gambaride cards was actually when I collected my Deca Driver. That's actually when I first started getting the cards, because the seller, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the seller would give me 1 free card for every card I ordered, and then combined shipping, so it was an amazing deal. So now I have well over 100 cards. Part of that, part of those 100 cards are, obviously I'm going to get doubles of them, because the seller wouldn't know what cards I have in my collection, so she just grabs 1 card for each card I buy out of a random draw thing, I guess, and sends them to me. So the ones that come in the mail with them, if I don't have them, they go into the back of the... If I don't have those cards, but I already have a rider form, I have a different card with the same rider form on it. then it'll go in the back of the book. But if I already have that card, it'll go into the What's That Goblin Red Card Grand Prize Drawing pile. Which, when I collect a bunch more cards, which I probably order a bunch more tonight, I'll start that back up again. It'll probably won't be till beginning of March or something. So, yeah, that's about all I have to say, except, the reason, well, two things. One, my computer crashed a while ago, like just around Christmas time. So, I lost everything that I had on my computer. Very valuable text documents that I will forever miss. And, more importantly, every bit, a lot of, actually, because I actually had the sense to back up some of Assassin's Creed 3, but not all of it. And I have no way of going back to the point where I was, except for replaying through the whole game, and you heard some of the rages that I had, so I don't think I want to do that. And another thing is, I've had some technical difficulties. I ordered an actual cap. I wanted to save this for when I put up my next episode, but it doesn't work, so there's really no point in holding it off any longer. I actually bought a capture device. It's a little USB drive with 4 things hanging off of it. And unfortunately, this wasn't the first time my computer crashed. So, I have Linux on my computer. I have Ubuntu. Until I can get Windows back, which is proving to be a pain in the ass to get back. But it won't recognize with Ubuntu. Alright, so a buddy of mine came over last week sometime, and he brought his laptop. Cool. But he forgot his capture device, which is okay because I didn't tell him to bring it. We weren't planning on doing any gaming. So we searched my room. We found my capture disk because I lost the capture device's installation disk. We plugged it into his computer. It loaded in. Perfect. Fine. Then we loaded in the studio for recording. Perfect. It loaded in fine. We connected the capture device to his computer. It wouldn't recognize with Windows either. So, we're screwed on that front. I also moved my room around, so there's no way to, well, actually, you can see, if I move, my TV is over here somewheres, so, over there somewheres, and there's nothing at the right size, and I'm no good at building anything with the crap equipment I have in my room to build up something that would work for recording the TV with my digital camera. I could probably do it with this, but I'm more afraid of dropping this in the camera because this iPad is a lot less sturdy than the camera, or is a lot more easily breakable than the camera. So, the next time I have a few days off, my buddy said he'll come and get me, pick up me and my PlayStation, because the PlayStation is what has, well, obviously it has my save file for Assassin's Creed 3, but you know what, if any of you guys actually watched this thing, tell me, and watched my Assassin's Creed 3, which I doubt any of you did because I barely got any views on it. Tell me what you think. Should I continue uploading my videos of Assassin's Creed 3 that I have backed up and just leave it at that when it's over? Or completely take it down because it will never be finished then anyway. And, so, like I said, he would pick me up and my PlayStation, we'd go to his place, use his computer and his capturing device and whatnot. Well, not only does my PlayStation have the save file. I'm not using a genuine PlayStation 1 disc. I downloaded the Spyros 1, 2, and 3. Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon from the PlayStation Network, which, yes, they're genuine, but I'm not actually using discs. So, he'd have to take my PlayStation. Not only that, but, again, the save file is on my PlayStation 3, so, I called. Hasn't gotten back to me. Oh well. I'll see what my schedule looks like next week. Also, a while ago, he's the guy I sold my Drake Sector to. He finally paid me back, and I'm about to show you how. I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, but I bought a copy of World at War, I think it was, for my nephew for Christmas. Not this past Christmas, the year before. And he had already had it, and that's because his mother's new boyfriend gave him his copy. Okay. I played it for a while. I only got that far into the game to the part where you have to blow up a couple of tanks with a bazooka with no protection against tank fire. So, I rage quit. A year later, I'm going through my game collection when he's here, and I find it. I said, dude, can you take me to the mall? I want to trade this in and get some store credit, maybe get a new game. Sure. So I looked through the rest of my games over there. You can't see them, but because they're on the floor, in a row. There was nothing else I was willing to part with. So I get $6 store credit. I charged him $30 for the Zector. The extra Zector. I shaved $5 off because he drove me home from work. I left $25. I got $6 store credit. And oh, come on. There we go. Barely. Final Fantasy 13-2. That was on sale for $20. So that's $14. Then he put money. Then he took the other $11 and put it on my card. So, yeah. So, ooh, add-on content. I never noticed that. Anyways, I'm very happy with that. Unlike most people, I actually like Final Fantasy 13. The only issue I take is, well, there's a few issues, but I'm actually about to do a rant on Final Fantasy 13. So, as soon as I get done here, I will probably upload that. So, I'm gonna upload these two parts, and then I'm gonna do my quick rant on Final Fantasy 13 and how I appreciate. Well, you'll find out. So yeah, that's where my videos have been, what's coming in the mail, my show off of what I have, and just a random story about my life. It's a vlog update, being an ass and showing off video. So, so yeah. I will see you next time on my small rant on Final Fantasy 13. This is Dark Silver Hedgehog from YouTube, Common Ranger on Twitter, and Common Ranger Gaming on my gaming channel. Once I actually get a working capture device, the videos will come back. I promise that. Once I get a working capture device, the videos will come back, hopefully after I get Windows and get the capture device and whatever. So, this is me, pardon me, signing off.